Hi, having a great day. You're watching JVG Entertainment, and for this video, I'll be talking about Netflix raising their prices, which is pretty huge. They really did raise them by a lot, especially since they just raised them, like, I think it was in October last year. So honestly, they've raised them a lot lately. So I'm gonna be talking about how much they raised them and what this probably means for Netflix themselves, why they're raising them, and all that type of stuff. So I'm gonna be talking about all that, giving you all the info and everything. But yeah, this sucks. Honestly, I think this sucks. But if I start with giving you all the info, just make sure to leave a like. It would be very helpful. So please leave a like. As well, subscribe for a lot of our content. I really do analyze a lot of streaming with things and everything. So just subscribe for a lot of content. And lastly, comment below on what do you think about Netflix raising their prices. Do you think it's fair? Do you not think it's fair? I'm very curious. I mean, I'm sure you don't like it because you have to pay more. But do you think it's fair? Yes or no? I'm definitely curious. So tell me that down in the comments. Okay, now let's get started. Okay, so first things first is talking about how much the price got raised by. So starting off with the standard plan, which is the plan that most people have, it went from $13.99 to $15.49, meaning $1.50 more each month, which doesn't sound a lot if you count it by for 1 month, but over time it definitely stacks up. So that's why how much it rose. I just think it sucks. Like, it was like, come on, why did you raise it? It was good as it was. It was already expensive as it was. Just raising it even more, that's just crazy. The basic plan rose by $1, being the one that got raised the least, from $8.99 to $9.99, which is not a huge change, probably because they know that the people that are buying the basic plan are on budget. So I think that was a fair thing. And then the premium plan rose by $2, being the one that rose the most, from $17.99 to $19.99, which is crazy. Imagine paying $20 every month for a streaming service. That is insane. That is crazy. Netflix is getting really expensive. And the prices have already risen actually. So if you have any Netflix due anytime soon, then definitely check if you want to keep paying these prices, and just make sure to check because they already risen. So be careful with that. Netflix said this was to keep creating all type of content for all their subscribers, since everybody likes different stuff, to give each one of them a better experience for the members or for the subscribers, whatever you want to call them. But we all know that the real reason why they're doing this is that the streaming wars are getting more competitive, with bigger and bigger shows from competing streaming services all around, from Hbo Max, Disney Plus, Hulu. They are starting to get a lot of ground on Netflix, and Netflix knows that, and it's definitely having a very hard time competing against it. But when subscribers are starting to subscribe to them less and less, so it keeps adding less and less subscribers each time. In fact, just the last quarter, it added 4.4 million subscribers, which is way below expectations. So definitely, Netflix is definitely starting to lose a lot of its growth rate. From last year when the pandemic had started, it was doing insane numbers, and by last year I mean 2020. I'm still getting used to being 2022, but in 2020, Netflix was like going insanely. Like, I think it was getting like 32 million subscribers like for every quarter, and now it's down to 4.4, which is a huge downgrade. So you can definitely see why Netflix is a little worried about their growth rate for their subscriptions. This is expected though, because Netflix is by far the lead in the streaming wars with 213.5 million subscribers, which is crazy, showing that just how much people are willing to subscribe to streaming services, as well as how much people aren't willing to subscribe to streaming services. Maybe 225 is the top people that are willing to subscribe to streaming services. Maybe there's not a lot of people out there that are willing to Maybe there's not a lot more people out there that are willing to subscribe to streaming services. It's definitely a very weird thing. So it definitely makes sense that subscription growth rate has definitely decreased, because I think Netflix has reached the top, or at least most of the people that would subscribe for a streaming service. So it definitely makes sense for that. So how would the Netflix prices impact Netflix? Because we know that they're doing it, so that's because of the subscriber growth is getting smaller. Well, first of all, it's going to decrease its growth rate, or growth subscriber, whatever you want to call it, by a lot, especially now that it was already starting to decrease. Well, imagine now it's going to be super low, but Netflix already knew that it was going to keep decreasing, which is why they made this change, because they know that it's slowly going to start becoming non-profitable. So now they're going to get more profit from every subscriber that's ready to subscribe, making a lot more money than the people that maybe like the 2 million people that they lost in subscriptions, which honestly makes sense. I think they're doing a great deal there for themselves, not for the people, but for themselves. I think they're definitely thinking of this the most profitable way possible. So I don't think the growth rate matters that much to Netflix anymore. I think now it's more about keeping subscribers from leaving them. Which brings us to the next point. The next thing that I think that this price hike could cause is for the churn rate that Netflix has to completely explode. Now, many people don't know what churn is, and that might be one of you. So what is churn? Well, churn is whenever a viewer or whatever, or a subscriber cancels a subscription because they finish watching whatever they want, whether it's a show or a movie, whatever they wanted, they cancel the subscription, and then maybe they go to a different streaming service, or they just wait until the next thing that they want to see in Netflix pops up, or whatever streaming service, and then subscribe again. That's basically what churn is, so that you don't stay subscribed the whole time. No, you don't subscribe as soon as you're done watching whatever you want to watch, and then you subscribe whenever you're interested in watching something else again. It happens very often. Well, not very often. It happens with a lot of people. I do that myself personally with Netflix and HBO Max, because I think they're the most expensive streaming services, because they are, and I definitely do that, and I'm definitely gonna do that a lot more with Netflix especially. So I definitely do that, and I think maybe some of you will, and if you don't, I think it's definitely very smart, unless you watch them on like a very regular basis. But if not, if you're interested in some things, then subscribe and unsubscribe. It definitely saves you a lot of money. So the churn rate is definitely gonna go way higher after this. I think it's definitely gonna affect it, because these prices are just insane. So people are probably gonna be like, oh, this price is insane, so maybe I should just take it off, and then buy it again whenever my next season of my favorite show comes out or something. I think that definitely makes a lot of sense for people to do, especially since now with this price hike, Netflix is easily the most expensive streaming service out there, beating HBO Max, which is insane. It's just truly insane. If anybody can handle it, it's Netflix, so, because they have so much people already engaged with their shows already that are going to get future seasons. So they definitely have the ability to run this risk, whereas other streaming services cannot run this risk. So this is kind of like an experiment for Netflix, and we'll see if it works out. We definitely will see. I'm definitely very curious to just see how much the churn rates are. That's the one I'm the most curious to see, because the price hike is definitely going to affect those churn rates. So yeah, that way for this video. This is my breakdown for the Netflix prices are rising. How do you feel about this? Tell me down in the comments. Do you think it's fair for Netflix to raise their prices so they can make more content out there? Especially since their content is getting way more expensive, especially bringing in bigger and bigger stars, like Red Notice brought in Ryan Reynolds, The Rock, and Gadot. Then Don't Look Up, Leonardo DiCaprio, Jennifer Lawrence, Timothy Chalamet, and so much of people. So they're definitely getting more and more expensive with the bigger and bigger stars. So tell me what you think about it in the comments. You think it's fair for them to raise their prices so they can create that huge grander scope of content and a lot more variety of content, or do you think it's unfair for them to raise the prices? And honestly, they're getting way too greedy and expensive. I'm definitely curious. So tell me down in the comments for sure. As well as just leave a like if you enjoyed this video and if you find it informative. It very much helps out. So leave a like and subscribe for a lot of other content. Like I said, I really do a lot of other content. So subscribe. And if you want to check out me talking about one of Netflix's newest seasons that just debuted, being Cobra Kai, you can check it out right here with my characters rank video. I definitely think you're going to enjoy that, especially if you really enjoy the series. I'm talking about the spoilers there, ranking the characters. So definitely check that video out. Or if you're interested in checking out some Netflix series are doing in viewership, or movies like Cobra Kai Season 4, Don't Look Up, or Disney Plus's Encanto, and Boba Fett, Book of Boba Fett, and like the stream wars in general, then check out this video. I definitely think you're going to enjoy that. I covered the viewership, how do they do it in the respective streaming services, and how do they compare with each other. I think it's a very interesting video, so check it out. And yeah, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. Hope you have a great rest of your day. And this is James Entertainment, out.